What is up, everyone? Mars here. Let's get right into the news. Blizzard has announced Hero 28 of the Overwatch roster. Guys, it's a hamster. It is literally a hamster in a mechanical hamster ball. I am not joking you. It is a hamster in a mechanized gerbil ball that has mounted machine guns attached to it. Alright, whatever drugs they're taking over at Blizzard, I want some of that shit. Anyways, his name is Hamid the Hamster, or as better known, Wrecking Ball, and he's basically Rocket Raccoon if Rocket was a hamster and actually had a tank. He was actually a part of the same animal experiment that Winston was a part of on the Horizon Lunar Colony, and after all the other gorillas started revolting against the human and Winston made his escape, Hamid actually hitched a ride with Winston's escape pod, but though as they were entering Earth's atmosphere, his makeshift capsule actually broke off and crashed into the wasteland of the Australian outback, where he then made his way to Junkertown, where he modified his escape pod and began competing in the mech battle arena, where he earned up enough money to get out of the outbacks and explore the world. I need to emphasize the fact that we are talking about a hamster here. Guys, it's just so ridiculous, but I love it, okay? And if you haven't guessed now, he is going to be a tank hero with quad cannons as his primary. He also has a roll ability that allows him to transform into a Bakugan ball and roll around with increased movement speed. He also has a grappling claw that allows him to swing around the arena and cause high-speed collision damage with knockback. He also has a mind field, which deploys a field of proximity mines, and finally an adaptive shield, which creates a temporary personal shield. So yeah, Hero 28, probably one of the more creative heroes that we've seen in a while. If you guys want to check out his introduction, or if you want to see some gameplay for him, I'll leave the links down below. You know, they were talking about having like a cat with a jetpack in the game, and to be completely honest with you, at this point, I can still see them putting that in this game. But this is just beautiful. Like, what's next? The next hero is going to be Pinky in the Brain. Oh. Let me know what you guys think about the hero. Moving on, Alice in Chains has announced that they will be releasing their new album, Rainer Fog, which is set to be released on August 24th through BMG. They have also put out the first single of the album called So Far Under, which of course can be found below with the pre-order information and album details like the artwork. Check it out below. Now, Kevin Feige has announced in an interview with Playlist that there is going to soon be at least 2 LGBTQ characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One of them is one we've already seen, and I'm guessing is probably going to be Thanos. I'm just kidding. It's Valkyrie, who in the comics was actually a straight-up lesbian, and in the cinematic universe has been confirmed as bisexual by her actress Tessa Thompson. Now, I think they handled Valkyrie's character pretty good. Like, the primary focus of her character was not the fact that she was bisexual. Hell, if anything, that was very subtly hinted at throughout the movie. But the primary focus of her character was that she was this outcast soldier who had pretty much lost everything, including the people that she cherished the most. So it's that kind of direction that they went in that made the character work as well as she did. And that's good character building that, you know, I Marvel excels at. What I don't want to see, though, is I don't want to see Marvel fall into this weird notion of sexuality that somehow the determining factor of whether a character is well developed or not is based strictly off the sexuality. You know, it really isn't, and all it ends up doing is pandering to a specific group of people instead of the entire crowd. You know, the defining trait of a character is not who they love or their sexuality, because if you're looking at just that, then that's literally just another form of sexual objectification, whether they're part of the LGBTQ or not. What defines a character is who they are and why do they love who they love, you know. You can captivate an audience a lot better if you have something that they can relate to, something they can grab onto and immerse themselves in. If all they have to go off of is basically the sexuality of the character, it's going to turn people off. You know, great example of this. The Last of Us Left Behind standalone DLC compared to the Last of Us 2 trailer at this year's E3. With the Left Behind trailer, did an incredible job of not only further fleshing out Ellie, who we pretty much had an entire game to really go through and find out who this character is, and this DLC did it even better, goes even further with that and fleshes out her character even more. But it also gives us time to delineate the relationship she had with Riley. So they did it so well that when it builds up to this intimate kiss moment, It didn't feel awkward. It didn't feel tacked on. It felt like a normal relationship, and that is good character building. That is not the same feeling that I got when I was watching the E3 trailer for The Last of Us 2, where they basically threw in a new character that we as the audience had absolutely no idea who she was, and are only given a brief moment of dialogue to understand the relationship between Ellie and her, and even then it was kind of confusing because the earlier dialogue hinted that she was actually in another relationship recently, so that was kind of weird. And when Ellie and this girl kissed, it left a lot of us feeling awkward. Like, the scene just felt out of place, basically. Now, Marvel, like I said before, is pretty damn good at character building, and so I'm not really worried about them screwing this up. But it does bring up the point that if companies are going to use inclusion of LGBTQ members into their media strictly for the fact that they're LGBTQ members, then I think it should be called out as what it is, which is sexual objectification. Alright, let's move on to some new music. Falling in Reverse put out their new music video for their new song, Losing My Life, which shows us the band is moving in the direction of the rap fusion again, which Ronnie has been kind of dabbling in every now and then. We really saw him really come out with it when he dropped the Alone single way back when. And my God, I'm remembering just the backlash that he got for that. But it was a good song. I thought it was a really good song and really catchy. Anyways, if you guys are interested in checking out this song, link will be down below. Stone Sour dropped an unreleased song called Burn One Turn One that honestly sounds like it came off a Slipknot album, and it actually sounds really good. I'm surprised that it was an unreleased song. Smashing Pumpkins put out a new music video for their song Solara. Hollywood Undead put out a new music video for their song Gotta Let Go. Blast Black Tusk dropped a new song, Burn the Stars. Hope's Fall put out a new song, Faint Object Camera. And all of those can be checked down below. Alright, and now it's time for some things that are awesome, and we have All Time Low, who released a new song in probably the coolest way possible. So, the song is called Birthday, and what they did is they sent a fan a cake for their birthday, but on the box of that cake, they wrote a link to the website where you can go and listen to their new song. Okay, first off, major kudos for being creative and marketing, while at the same time supporting the fan base. I think that's just freaking awesome. Anyways, I'll link the story down below if you guys are interested in checking that out, and I'll also link the new song as well. Thank you all for joining me for this episode. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you want more, and I will see you all on the next one. Mars out.